back to continuing to fiddle around with the microphone. So hopefully this thing sounds a little better every time I do it. Okay, so here we go. I don't think anybody's watching these, or even has like any interest in them. I'm gonna keep doing it. Oh, I don't know why I don't know if you guys can see this, but the Windows menu bar is like locked to the bottom of the screen. I can't figure out why. It shouldn't be locked, yeah. I don't know why it's doing that. Let me go away. Oh. And I could do this shit that my virus connection expired. Alright, so hopefully this thing loads up and stops acting weird. But I don't know, I think it's stuck. I'm probably gonna have to stop this and start over. Yes, it's stuck. Oh, maybe not. Taskbar finally went on. Okay, so to catch you up, you survived the harrowing, and the circle apprentice roused you from your slumbering body. Fretting about his own delayed harrowing, Jowett informed you that nothing was I should come up with a backstory for my guy. I guess he was probably like an alien at Jelith, since he's in the circle now. Okay, I'm gonna talk to Owain.
Welcome to the Circle's stockroom of magical items. My name is Owain. How may I assist you?
Are you really a tranquil mage?
I voluntarily submitted to the rite of tranquility. I was unwilling to undergo the harrowing. I find this state agreeable.
I don't want to be mean. I suppose that could be nice.
I see the world with clarity. I remember the days when my mind was filled with inconvenient and seething emotions. Now things are simple.
Now you are no longer a person? That's rude. What happened during...
I was ordered to never speak of it. I cannot go against the Circle's wishes.
What was becoming tranquil like?
It is difficult to describe. I would perhaps compare it to being plunged into a pool of ice-cold water.
That sounds unpleasant. I should go now.
Very well. Goodbye.
Where I came up the stairs. So that looks like a library over there. I can't really remember the layout too well. Usually I only come into the mage tower after it's all jacked up. Let's see. Is there anybody interesting in here? Can I talk? Well, maybe I can't talk to him.
Greetings. I'm glad your harrowing went well.
say thanks. It's reassuring.
Some Templars I know discuss such things with glee. I don't share their enthusiasm. I try to serve the Maker first and foremost. As long as I am guided by his commandments, I cannot go wrong. Honestly, I've never seen an abomination, or been called on to slay one.
You don't know what an abomination looks like?
As I said, I've never seen one, but when someone becomes an abomination, something must happen. But what if it's not obvious? Could abominations be walking among us right now?
What kind of Templar is so easily frightened?
This is still new to me. Maybe one day I'll be as dedicated and driven as Knight Commander Gregor.
He is a very dedicated man, yes.
You must be busy. Perhaps we can talk another time.
Perhaps. Oh, fancy. No shame if something happened and I took your staff. Whoever you are, was a mage. Cowl. Should I wear the cowl? I'm not gonna wear the cowl. Not yet, anyway. These mages have...
Everyone's so happy for you.
Oh, that's nice. It's nice to know that people are happy I'm not dead.
All right.
Maybe I'll come back around the other way here. So I talked to Poland, but I don't think I went to the room behind it. Did I? No. What is it? What is that? Oh, it's money. I'm stuck. Okay, there I go. Just a mage. Is that an exposed brain? Huh. Weird. read the books. The Sermon on the Maleficar. It has been asked, what are Maleficar? How shall we know them? I have been as troubled by this question as you. You have come to something. I can't see it. My recorder's blocking it. To me, seeking the wisdom of the Maker, but none have seen the Maker's heart, save beloved Andraste. And so I have done as all mortals must, and looked to the words of the prophet for answers. And there I found respite from a troubled mind. For she has said to us, magic exists to serve man and never to rule over him. Therefore, I say to you, they who work magic which dominates the minds and hearts of others have transgressed the Maker's law. Also, Our Lady said to us, those who bring harm without provocation to the least of his children are hated and accursed by the Maker. And so it is made clear to me, as it should be to us all, that magic which fuels itself by harming others by the letting of blood is hated by the Maker. Those mages who honor the Maker and keep his laws we welcome as our brothers and sisters. Those who reject the laws of the Maker and the words of his prophet are apostate. They shall be cast out and given no place among us. From the Sermons of Justinian I.
Oh, it's you! I hear Irving's looking for you.
I also have heard that. I don't know, one of those exposed brain things. It's supposed to be an abomination skull?
Blessed art thou who exists in the sight of the Maker. Blessed are the penitents who seek his return. Blessed is the prophetess, purified by flame. May the chant reach the Maker's ears and tell him of our contrition, so let it be. Oh, I didn't see you there. I recite the Maker's blessings every day. It brings me peace in troubled times.
I don't find comfort in such things.
It gives me hope that one day the Maker will hear us, that maybe I'll be forgiven and my curse will be lifted.
Curse?
Magic? What else?
Magic isn't a curse.
Magic causes such misery. It's dangerous and vile and wicked. The Chantry must protect the world from us. Being born with something so terrible must be a punishment. I wish I could be rid of it.
You could ask to be made tranquil.
That takes the magic from me? It does, doesn't it?
It also takes away your ability
I had heard that, but life without magic is so tempting. I should go. My mentor only allows a few minutes each day for religious contemplation.
Did I just tell her to go make herself tranquil? Maybe I shouldn't have done that. It's probably alright. Can I use it? Oh. Cordelius Draken, king of the city-state, was a man of uncommon ambition. In the ancient era, the young king began constructing a great temple dedicated to the Maker, and declared that by its completion he would not only have united the warring city-states of the south, he would have brought Andrastrian belief to the world. In -3 Ancient, the temple was completed. There, in its heart, Drakon knelt before the eternal flame of Andraste and was crowned ruler of the Empire of Orlais. His first act as emperor to declare the chantry as the established Andrastian religion of the empire. It took 3 years and several hundred votes before Olesa of Mont Simard was elected to lead the new chantry. Upon her coronation as divine, she took the name Justinia in honor of the disciple who recorded Andraste's songs. In that moment, the ancient era and the divine ended and the divine age began. From Ferelden, Folklore and History, by Sister Katrine, Chantry Story. What this is. Harrowing. Among apprentices of the circle, blah blah blah. We already know about the harrowing, we already did it. Maybe I'll read some of the other ones later.
I heard about your harrowing. Congratulations. Andraste must have smiled upon you.
Andraste didn't do shit.
Good going.
Chant the Blight. The Maker. Have I been missing out on reading a bunch of books? Did I click on them? Probably. Right for the moment. Prophet. Andraste. Okay, well that will give me some things to read. Okay, that looks like that is Irving. I'll probably go over to him in a minute. Yeah, I think I've seen everything there is to see around here.
Many have already gone to Ostagar. Wynne, Aldred, and most of the senior mages. We've committed enough of our own to this war effort.
Your own? Since when have you felt such kinship with the mages, Gregor? Or are you afraid to let the mages out from under Chantry supervision, where they can actually use their Maker-given powers?
How dare you suggest?
Gentlemen, please. Irving, someone is here to see you.
You. You sent for me?
If it isn't our new brother in the circle. Come, child.
This is...
Yes, this is he.
Well, Irving, you're obviously busy. We will discuss this later.
Of course. Well, then, where was I? Oh, yes, this is Duncan of the Grey Wardens.
What's he doing here?
You've heard about the war brewing to the south, I expect. Duncan is recruiting mages to join the King's army at Ostagar.
I would like to join the army.
With the Darkspawn invading, we need all the help we can get, especially from the Circle.
Darkspawn or Dwarf problem?
They have formed into a horde in the Korkari Wilds and threaten to invade north into the valley. I fear if we don't drive them back, we may see another blight.
Duncan, you worry the poor lad with talk of blights and Darkspawn. This is a happy day for him.
We live in troubled times, my friend.
We should seize moments of levity, especially in troubled times. The harrowing is behind you. Your phylactery was sent to Denerim. You are officially a mage within the circle of magi.
How should I react to this? I'll say thank you.
I'm sorry, what is this phylactery?
Blood is taken from all apprentices when they first come to the tower, and is preserved in special vials.
So they can be hunted if they turn apostate.
We have few choices. The gift of magic is looked upon with suspicion and fear. We must prove we are strong enough to handle our power responsibly. You have done this. I present you with your robes, your staff, and a ring bearing the Circle's insignia. Wear them proudly, for you have earned them.
Thank you.
It goes without saying that you shall not discuss the harrowing with those who have not undergone the rite. Now then, take your time to rest, or study in the library. The day is yours.
Should I ask to leave? I don't know. Let's talk.
Impetuousness is ever the province of youth, I see.
I will return to my quarters.
Would you be so kind as to escort Duncan back to his room, child?
Sure.
The guest quarters are on the east side of this floor, close to the library. Now, if you'll both excuse me, I have matters to discuss with Gregor.
Duncan gave up his family name when he joined the ranks of the Wardens, a symbolic gesture of cutting ties. You might say this was a convenience in his case, however. His mother was from the Anderfells, his father from Trudinter. His childhood was spent in the free marshes and Orlais. His people were everywhere, and his homeland was nowhere. He was given the almost impossible task of leading the Wardens in Ferelden, a kingdom that had thrown the Order out 200 years earlier. Facing local suspicion and hostility, he set about finding recruits. Gregor is grim and taciturn. Gregor has been the Knight Commander of the Templar forces stationed at the Circle Tower for so many years that hardly anyone except the First Enchanter recalls that he is not simply part of the tower itself. First Enchanter Irving. There is no higher office in a Circle Tower than that of First Enchanter. One who holds this title must not only be an able administrator, but also a mentor, leader, and surrogate parent to all the mages of the tower. Irving has proven himself all these things with an added dose of cunning. Most apprentices know that little goes on in the tower that Irving does not know. He soothes Templars angered by some childish magical prank, at the same time that he logs the pranksters, and everyone walks away satisfied. Good luck.
Thank you for escorting me.
You're welcome.
Is there something else I can do for you?
Can you tell me more about the Grey Wardens and Darkspawn?
Certainly. I am intimately familiar with these subjects after all.
Gross. Why were Irving and Gregor arguing about the war?
It is not my place to comment.
Please, I'd like to know.
As I said, it is not my place.
You can tell me about the Grey Wardens, can't you?
Our duty is to battle Darkspawn wherever they appear. We are elves, humans, and dwarves united by this common purpose.
Elves?
Some of our most honored wardens have been elves. The hero, Garahel, the last warden to slay an archdemon, was one such. The Darkspawn threaten everyone. They do not distinguish between the races, and neither should we. Has being an elf in the circle been difficult?
Yes, all the time.
It is hard to change perceptions. I have tried to reason with many, and failed. If one has always seen elves as less than human, it's hard to imagine them as something else.
But I don't really care what others think of me.
A good attitude, though be careful not to take it too far.
Have there been many Darkspawn attacks?
A horde has formed within the Korkari Wilds in the south. If they are not stopped, they will strike north into the valley. We Grey Wardens believe that an archdemon is leading the horde.
I thought the Darkspawn had been driven away.
We can't seem to eradicate them completely. Somehow they always come back.
King is mustering an army to beat back this threat?
Yes, perhaps it will be enough if we play our cards right.
Suppose all we can do is hope.
Yes, we can hope. And pray.
Darkspawn, those who had sought to claim heaven by violence destroyed it. What was golden and pure turned black. Those who had once been mage lords, the brightest of their age, were no longer men but monsters. Threnata is 12:1. Sin was the midwife that ushered the Darkspawn into this world. The Magisters fell from the Golden City, and their fate encompassed all our worlds, for they were not alone. No one knows where the Darkspawn come from. A dark mockery of men, in the darkest places they thrive, growing in numbers as plague locusts grow. In raids they will often take captives, dragging their victims alive into the deep ruins. But most evidence suggests that these are eaten. Like spiders, it seems Darkspawn before their food is still breathing. Perhaps they are simply spawned by the darkness. Certainly, we know that evil has no trouble perpetuating itself. The last blight was in the Age of Towers, striking once again at the heart of Tevinter, spreading south to Orlais and east into the Three Marches. The plague spread as far as Ferelden, but the withering and twisting of the land stopped well beyond our borders. Here, Darkspawn have been more than the stuff of legends. In the northern lands, however, particularly Tevinter and Neanderthals, they see Darkspawn haunt the hinterlands, preying on outlying farmers and isolated villages, a constant threat. From Ferelden, Folklore and History by Sister Katrine Chantress-Scott. The Great Worlds. The first blight had already raged for 9 years, and the world was in chaos. A god has risen, twisted and corrupted. The remaining gods of Tevinter were silent and withdrawn. What writing we have recovered from those times is filled with despair, for everyone believed, from the greatest archons to the lowliest slaves, that the world was coming to an end. At Weishaupt Fortress in the desolate Anderfels, a meeting transpired. Soldiers of the Imperium, seasoned veterans who had known nothing their entire lifetimes except hopeless war, came together. When they left Weishaupt, they had renounced their oaths to the Imperium. They were soldiers no longer. They were the Grey Wardens. The Wardens began an aggressive campaign against the Blight, striking back against the Darkspawn, reclaiming lands given up for lost. The Blight was far from over, but their victories brought notice, and soon they received aid from every nation in Venice. They grew in number as well as reputation. Finally, in the year 992 of the Tevinter Imperium, upon the Silent Plains, they met the archdemon Dumat in battle. A third of the armies of northern Thedas were lost fighting, but Dumat fell and the Darkspawn fled back underground. Even that was not the end. The Imperium once revered 7 gods: Dumat, Zazikel, Toth, Andorel, Razikael, Usakan, and Urthemiel. 4 have risen as archdemons. The Grey Wardens have kept watch through the ages, well aware that peace is fleeting, and that their war continues until the last of the dragon gods is gone. Old Sister Katrine wrote that. Let's see if there are any other books the books shelves, apparently they don't glitter like the other stuff does. Okay. Well, oh. Hello. Alright, well I'm going to stop this recording here and have some lunch. I'll talk to you all later.